Hey all, and welcome back to the finale of our coverage for the Isle of Armor DLC in Pokémon Sword. Why did I have to run straight into this rock roof the moment the part started? I mean, we're just about to do the big old grand finale and whatnot, but hey, let's just stop to pet a doggo and whatnot with a ball. Go, ball!
You mean the part that you literally could have just caught it and then gone back to where you were and started the part again, that bit?
No, I wasn't doing the parts individually. I recorded like chunks and then split it up.
Fair enough. But yeah, I do like Rockcroft, so I'll let you off on this one.
Fair enough, mate. Little Britches, still giving it all this, still pining for that obvious honey that he needs. We need to visit a particular island on the high seas near the Isle of Armor in order to get it. And you may or may not be able to see what's coming, but I would recommend taking a fire Pokemon with you, because when I took Rillaboom, it didn't really work out that well.
Yeah, no. You need either fire or flying or something electric. Basically anything that can take down a bug or a flying type effectively is probably going to help out.
Yeah.
I think at this point everyone knows what's coming, but yeah, we got a Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu is one of the regional forms that I wasn't that big on at first, just kind of comparing it to like the Kanto Raichu, which is one of my favourite Pokemon, but it grew on me a lot from using it in my Sun playthrough.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I much prefer Alolan Raichu to actual Raichu, and it was one of my go-to Pokemon in Sun and Moon, and I just loved that thing to pieces. It was incredible.
Yeah, it is a winner. I think regional Pokemon, even more so than Mega Evolutions, are one of the smartest ideas they've had, because obviously you're going to find regional variations in the real world for animals and insects and so on. I think they should take a chance and do a regional Pikachu design at some point.
I would be down with that. I actually think that, and I realise that this isn't a direction they're ever going to go in, but to me, new regional variants of existing Pokemon are more exciting to me, more interesting to me than just new Pokemon at this point.
On some level, I agree with that, yeah.
Because it's like, you know, there are some new things left, and sometimes, like, every generation has had its fair share of cool new Pokemon that come along with it. But, you know, like, they've ticked off a lot of the boxes now. We have basically every animal that you immediately think of represented as a Pokemon somewhere down the line. So why not just change up the ones that we've seen before, give them a new coat of paint, a bit of new flavour to them, you know?
Richie, what would you want to give a regional form to? Do you have any Pokemon that come to mind?
Oh, I mean, I will always say Eevee and the eeveelutions purely because, like, my favourite Pokemon line ever. But if I was going to go for sort of any other Pokemon, I mean, potentially Jinx could be quite an interesting regional variant, because obviously there's such a complicated history of Jinx that I'd be interested to see what they would do to sort of do a regional variant and sort of make it okay, in a way.
How can we make this even more offensive?
Well, I don't think Richie was getting at that, but what about you, Flame? What would your regional Pokemon of choice be?
At the risk of going back on some of the comments I've made about Charizard's overexposure, I am a little bit sad that in this game the Charizard that they used as a star was just basic Kanto Charizard, and they didn't give him any kind of traditional English dragon theming.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Like, if you had kind of a maybe St. George and the Dragon kind of thing going on, given Gallows based on England, that could have been cool. But like, there's a few others. Like, I realise that my creativity comes down to basically taking existing Pokemon and giving them a sword and a shield. So, write off a lot of my ideas there. But I don't know. Like, I'd like to see maybe a new take on Dragonite. That could be cool.
Yeah, maybe. Like, maybe it's just a much more lean version due to, like, not getting as much, like, food and whatnot in the wild in its particular place.
Oh, are you saying Dragonite's a bit too chubby?
It's lovable is what it is, okay? My choice would actually be Octillery, Because in its original design, it was much more tank-like, and even had, like, armor and treads, almost, and whatnot with its tentacles. So maybe, like, pollution has influenced its evolution, so it grows a thick steel-like protective hide, a metallic hide, so it looks more tank-like, as it were. Kind of like the opposite of Galarian Corsola, which basically died off and whatnot. Like, this one thrived in the wild, it adapted and survived.
Yeah, no, that would be a pretty cool idea. I mean, generally, the majority of the Galarian Pokemon variants are awesome, and yeah, I can't wait to see sort of where they go with that. I'm so glad that it is one of the things that they have continued, because it is such a smart move and it works, and that's sort of the important is what. So obviously the Z moves, the Mega Evolutions, all that jazz, even the Dynamaxing here, like, none of them necessarily stick quite so well, but the regional variants have, and I'm so glad they have, because they work.
I would say stick with regional variants and Mega Evolution, drop Z moves entirely, but I doubt they're ever coming back. Dynamax I can live without, but G-Max is probably something to just wrap it all into. And yeah, just it gives old Pokemon a fresh coat of paint, fits them easily into the ecosystem of any new region without having to, like, ask really nitpicky questions about stuff, and I just love it, really. So let's finish off this quest by examining the tree and getting the honey. Surely it will not be guarded.
Funny you should mention that.
N64 tree, speak to me.
Hey now, those leaves are a Microsoft Paint spray can. Give them some credit.
Oh, come on now. Oh my god, it's a power spot.
Now we're going to see the Dynamax tree. That's what it is, it's a Gigantamax Pseudo-Widow.
Hey! Oh, there's a fucking Diglett in the background.
Yeah, there's quite a few Diglets on that island, but also I love how the scream of obviously Vespiquen here was, "Oh, behave!" I did just have to laugh when I saw that.
Well, I mean, Austin Powers is British, so...
You are not wrong.
Vespiquen just looks like Austin Powers in a regional form, Jesus. Oh, so yeah, I kind of dropped the ball, the gigantic fireball, before, with showing off G-Max Cinderace over here, but not this time. Oh, the god of fire comes through today.
So, I doubt this is going to be a one-hit, given it is a Dynamax, but let's see how this goes.
Yeah, but one of the things I do really like about this Dynamax battle, and I mean it's the same thing with obviously any of the like boss battle Dynamaxes when you're battling trainers. Because one of the things I noticed is that really outside of in the arenas you never do these in this fashion. So normally, like, you're in the raids, so you've only got one Pokemon, or you're in sort of like a regular sort of gym battle type situation, so you never get this sort of variety in being able to use your entire team to take on one of these blighters, and I just wish it was more like this, to be honest.
Well, you know, there is cult raids coming up, son of a bitch!
Still a bit too powerful for you. Thankfully, you, as Richie says, you have got the rest of your team here, so you should be able to be alright here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just send out my toxicity and it'll finish off the job, I suppose. But yeah, that we can actually go into Pokemon dens in the CROWN Tundra and, you know, co-op with people to find legendaries and so on. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I'll be very interested to see how that works.
This toxicity looks different.
Look, Flame. I can't remember exactly. I was just saying what I would go with.
What the you of today would go with rather than the you of yesterday.
Indeed, mate. So many things I would change in this Pokemon Let's Play. I'm very impressed, but I didn't make any status changes.
It's always one of the sort of least impressive moves when it does that. It's just like, I didn't do anything, so you're just wasting your time there, Doc.
This is getting a bit ridiculous here. Let's see, what can I do? Fuck it, psychic, whatever. Not bad, not bad. Goodbye.
Nope. He's really drawing this out.
Look, I can't help it that it's bulky as fuck, alright?
To be fair, it is a boss. They're gonna give it a bit of bulk.
Yeah, but also, you know, you chose to attack a bug flying type with a poison psychic type. Like, that was never going to end well.
Oh, Jesus, can you hear me? It's Entom.
Slowbro collapsing just then is a representation of how you're feeling, I assume.
Yes, yes it is. Look, just fucking, like, overdrive the thing and let's go home, alright? This is embarrassing. It went much worse with my shield team, let me tell you.
Oh, God.
Bye. Now Hop will get the lickable substance that he so craves. You're not even allowed to catch it. It just runs away.
Yeah, that is kind of a shame. I'm curious, like, what sort of stats that actually has, given my experiences with it were just wailing on it, similar to what you sort of did, because, like, it's just a bulky boss. We can obviously try and do type advantage stuff, but it's probably one of the most powerful Dynamax Pokemon you've encountered up to this point.
Unless, you know, you're quite used to taking on 5-star max raids, at which point, probably not.
Easy pickings. Yeah, law. Yes, yeah, Well, that's your protocol, Hop. You were going to be the Pokemon researcher and whatnot.
Can we get a bit closer under the tree? It's kind of pissing down right now.
Look, we're not having a lily moment with Hop, okay?
He's already licked your head, what else you want?
Yeah, good point. But yeah, all that's left now is to take this stuff back to the Master Mustard himself. Maybe pick up a few max mushrooms on the way. Some of them should have respawned by now. Just do max raids if they haven't. The caves have some, the forest has some. I'm sure there's other areas, but that's the main, like, couple of places that I got them from. And you can make the soup, and Urshifu can Gigantamax.
And, you know, if you want sort of the end of this DLC to just look really awesome, make sure you do that, because of if you didn't save your initial soup.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you were going to stop there. It was like, oh. You have to make a point when you finish a sentence, mate. This is an audio-based thing, after all. We can't see each other.
I thought everyone was just taken aback by the Cramorant.
I mean, to be fair, I was slightly taken aback by the Cramorant going, oh yes, that Pokemon is a thing.
Jesus Christ!
What the fuck is wrong with this bird?
Should I catch it or shouldn't I? You can see the gears whirring on screen right now. Were it a clink clang or whatever.
Well, I mean, you don't have one in your decks yet, so you might as well.
I suppose so. Go Ultra Ball!
If this doesn't work, Urshifu's gonna die, oh shit. Legendary Pokemon got beaten up by a fucking bird.
That's type disadvantage for you, I suppose.
Well, it's type disadvantage, and also the fact that Urshifu and Kukfu have the lowest base stats of, well, any legendary, apparently. Although, I don't know whether that's quite true because Fiona exists. But there we go.
To be fair, no one remembers that Fiona exists.
You're not wrong.
That was such a weird fucking legendary. Like, the way you get Fiona is that you would get Manaphy from the Pokemon Ranger game on DS. You would transfer it over to Diamond and Pearl. But then to get Fiona, you would need to breed the Manaphy. And Fiona is not really worth it. Like, I think all its stats are lower than Manaphy. So, like, it's literally just, like, an extra slot for no reason.
That's one Pokemon that I just forget exists, honestly.
Dominant Pearl in particular were quite bad for just adding a fuckload of legendaries that don't really do much.
Well, there's that, and there's also, like, fish Pokemon, like Finneon or Luminion, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember the name, so I just typed Fishion into Google, and obviously I didn't come up with anything, but that allowed me to think, oh, Luminion, there we go.
Yeah, it's like, that just found my really shitty fan-made eeveelution design.
Well, we've already got a water one, so... When are they going to come out with another eeveelution? Like, it's been a while since Sylveon, though.
I know, just give me all the eeveelutions under the sun, for the love of God!
I mean, it's more merch to sell, and you know how much the Pokemon Company loves merch.
Exactly, and also, to be honest, there are people out there who would buy all the evolution merch, and depending on what it is, I would definitely be one of them.
Richie is literally throwing coins at the screen right now, guys, come on.
Well, I ain't replacing that screen, so... Ah, yes, the Max Honey. Everything is Max around here. Oh, wow, you did it already? Must have knew what he was doing. You know, he obfuscates, or whatever the word is, but he's a real demon underneath those eyebrows.
Which are quite impressive eyebrows, I gotta say.
They're amazing.
Sir, the soup is ready. Clara, you're not having any of this soup. Stop simping over there. Oh, I guess I have to watch you everything. Do you want to play Pokemon Quest? I got nothing else on today. Pokemon Quest is fun. I definitely recommend it.
Like, I think I downloaded that, but never got around to playing it.
I wish they'd do it like a Gen 2 and Gen 3, but maybe that's a bit too much to ask for right now.
Potentially. I mean, I'd say, like, I always find it weird with sort of those free-to-start games, because, I don't know, like, part of me is just like, no, I don't want to support your bad business practices, but then equally I am the same person who is just like, all the Kingdom Hearts lore in Union Cross, I need to know it! And so I started Union Cross, and then I'm up to date on Union Cross. I'm also up to date on Dark Road, and to be honest, I've sort of fallen into the hole of Dark Road just because I can leave it on auto to sort of get all the extra stuff as you go. It's become a bit of a bad addiction. Thankfully, you know, I'm not actually spending any money on it. I mean, I feel sorry for the people who do fall into that trap because, gacha games.
Well, we're not too far off from a Pokemon gacha game, so don't count your chickens before the hatch, mate.
Well, I mean, isn't Masters basically a gacha game?
Yeah, I suppose if you had to boil it down.
All I see from Masters are the occasional screen caps from the trainer dialogue. I don't know what the gameplay actually is.
Same, actually. Alright, let's go with a thick club, a big mushroom, a tiny mushroom, and what else can we spare here? A Galarica twig. What are you gonna give me? Let's do this.
Oh yeah, time for a super potion.
I love it. And we get...
a big mushroom, which you put in to make it, so...
That makes no sense whatsoever, but whatever, I guess. Let's give Urshifu this soup that he wouldn't drink the regular variety of, so I had to go to fucking Witherspoons or whatever to get it some shit.
Like, that Cramorant machine is basically easing you into gacha, really, isn't it? It's trying to get Pokemon fans comfortable with it.
There you go. Yeah. By the by, if you happen to give a G-Max Pokemon the Max Soup, I'm pretty sure it downgrades it into a Dynamax Pokemon. I haven't tried it, I just heard it on the winds of Twitter and so on, so be careful.
I mean, I was wondering why you were able to give the Max Soup to Cinderace again. I mean, maybe that's the way of sort of giving you the option so you can add it and get rid of it, if it is true. But what's more important is the final battle against Mustard, and it's pretty epic.
The second hardest fight in the DLC, I would imagine, and it's a great cap to the story, which I wish was like at least like 40 minutes longer. I think there could have been more trials for Comfrey rather than go see this place and then level it up, do a tower. Maybe just one more step.
I think that would have been helpful, but the one thing that sort of, I think you might have described it as this, but I definitely saw it a few times, is that this basically just feels like a really fun episode of the Pokemon anime.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's a lot longer than an episode of the Pokemon anime, but it sort of, in terms of the overall length of Isle of Armor versus sort of the main game, it has that same vibe going on, and I think that's sort of partially why I really appreciated it.
Like, I'm curious if they're gonna do anything with like the DLC characters in the anime, because they have visited Galar a couple of times now, at least in the first 12 episodes that have been released in English. So, like, whether we'll see like Mustard and that, and like the Dojo arc adapted, I'll be curious to see that, honestly.
I mean, it makes sense to do it.
Because like, I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about Journey so far, because it's interesting enough and like Go's a decent character and whatnot. I just feel like they're really rushing past all the Go's Pokemon captures, and that means that none of the Pokemon are really getting characterization like all of Ash's captures used to.
The thing about that is that's because that's his goal. He wants to catch them all, really.
Yeah, but like it doesn't. I don't think that adapts too well to a narrative.
Well, Ash is the main character. It's his Pokemon that we care about.
And he got a Dragonite, so that's cool. But
He also got a Galarian Farfetch recently.
yeah, I did see that actually. Which he's actually getting a pretty bitchy team so far. He's got Pikachu, Mr. Mime, Dragonite, Gengar, and the Farfetch'd. So yeah, his team's coming along pretty well this time around. Oh, and he got a Riolu as well, Riolu.
Yep, so Lucario's coming and whatnot. So, the Rare League card for Mustard. This photo was taken about 50 years ago when Mustard defeated the Fairy-type gym leader, which fighting is weak against, and went on to become champion. He reigned undefeated until he lost his partner Pokémon. After this, his losses started to mount. He remained popular even after losing the mantle of champion, but decided to retire after the league chairman at that time asked him to win a rigged match. Mustard developed an obsession with video games after his retirement. Apparently, he held off while he was still active in order to maintain his image to his fans.
People just weren't ready for a gamer champion.
No, they weren't.
But also, my god, that's really sad.
It's a very similar sort of thing to Looker, who obviously lost his partner Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure which Pokemon Mustard lost. It doesn't really indicate here, but yeah, it's very like Kung Fu sort of story to lose someone important in your past and like work to become better.
I do like these extra little bits of lore that we get through the league cards, and it's something that I hope we get a bit more, like Galar's backstory when the CROWN Tundra comes around as well. It just sort of fills in the blanks a little bit. Ow.
It's okay. We got it.
I should bloody hope so.
Well, we have a type advantage, so let's see him go down. Not quite, no.
Oh wow, you can get Ball Guy's trainer card.
Oh yes, you can.
I'm going to read it here. This mysterious figure has taken it upon herself, to dress up in the fashion of the Pokemon League's official mascot. The mysterious individual is known to many as the Ball Guy, but in point of fact, all are mystified when it comes to this person's true identity, or age, or even gender. While the Ball Guy is known for his habit of handing out rare Pokeballs here and there around Galar, it is a mystery as to why or even where these balls come from. It's all very mystifying.
Quite.
I think this guy needs a job.
Yeah, kind of. Do you want me to read Honey's trainer cards?
Yeah, go for it.
I know I'm kind of padding stuff out here, but it's just a battle. A good battle, but a battle nevertheless. Honey is the former CEO of a trading firm. She met Mustard while visiting Galar during one of her many business trips, and it was love at first sight. So I guess she's not Galar native, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
They were married shortly afterwards. She now works as the dojo matron. cooking, cleaning, advertising, and taking care of finances. She also keeps an eye on the mental health of students. What's more, she's also the creator of Max Soup. She used the forest mushrooms in her soup as a way to cut costs, and this caused her Pokémon to Gigantamax. Her latest ambition is to sell ready-made Max Soup across the world. Her motto is teamwork.
So that ready-made Max Soup is probably going to be a thing in the next generation.
Maybe so. Yeah, that's a good example of like lore and gameplay coming together.
If they either bring Gigantamax back, which I don't think they will, or they find something else that it can benefit, that is.
Alright, we're coming up to the conclusion now, so I'll try and do the rare one as fast as I can. Honey wasn't a trainer initially, but after spending time with Mustard, she tried it out on a whim. She quickly developed a talent for battle, and the rumour among dojo students is that she may even be on par with Mustard himself. Thanks to taking care of very powerful Pokemon at the dojo, Honey has also gained a lot of physical strength of her own. Now she can handle even powerful Pokemon like Gallade. That's a power couple right there, Honey and Mustard.
Oh, definitely.
Get out of here.
Poor doggo, he just wants to play.
Well, ain't no play when the battle fires fire up, mate.
When they make you fight a bear. Actually, this is fucked up.
Jesus Christ, it's a bear. Jesus Christ, it's an old man. Here we go. The final battle. Water versus darkness. Bear versus bear. And I think it's time for a bit of Gigantamaxing.
I mean, it'd be daft not to, unless, you did what I did and completely mucked it up. But it works out either way because, just bring the hurt to the Urshifu and it's going to be glorious.
So the Gigantamax forms are where the differences between the two forms really stand out because their entire body colour is different. Like beforehand in their base forms it's just like their robes and bits like hair coming off them and whatnot are a little bit different, whereas here it's like we got the standard traditional opposition. We got red and blue here.
Well, it's red only and blue only.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, both of these Gigantamax designs are amazing.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
I think I prefer their designs in their base forms, if only just because the whole white colour is a little bit basic, whereas they're more typical bear in their base forms. But given what they're going for here of just making it bigger and more intimidating, it does still work.
Right then, we've come to the conclusion of the story, so I guess it's time to start wrapping stuff up. Flame, what's your take on the Isle of Armor as a whole, mate?
On the whole, I would say I really do like what this DLC brings to the table. I've been saying my thoughts a long way, but I feel like what this does is it kind of fully realises the wild area idea. That's the biggest thing that comes to me in this DLC. I like that they've gave us this whole new area to explore, and that was this game's in its base form. That was what he was trying to go for, and this just really makes it it's really fun just going around the island and looking for things, and that makes me appreciate it on its own. The story is a little bit basic. I wasn't expecting that much, but it does the job nicely. But on the whole, I think this is a solid expansion to the game, and I'm looking forward to the CROWN TUNDRA.
What about you, Rich?
I mean, I would say that I'm very much in the same place. I was very hesitant to get the DLC to begin with. I was just do I really care? And then all the feedback that sort of was coming out about it was that actually no, it is kind of worth it. And having played it, yeah, it is kind of worth it. It's fun. It fully realises the wild area, and I want sort of Pokemon to be more like this than the main Sword and Shield were. So it's a step in the right direction. I just hope that obviously it continues with the CROWN TUNDRA and the next generation.
Very much so, mate, very much so. Flame called it perhaps a redemption story for Gen A. I don't know if I'd go that far, because while I do really kind of like the Isle of Armor a lot, it doesn't make up for what the base game did. but it pushes it forward a little bit. So maybe if I were to call the base game a 7, now it's like a 7.5, maybe even a very low 8, but you know, I'm a Pokemon shill, so whatever. But what the Isle of Armor does, it fully realizes the wild area, it throws in a basic but enjoyable story, which I feel could have been at least 40 minutes longer or so, with a few more challenges for Kubfu. But the characters are all lively, engaging, and endearing. Great pool of Pokemon. The area is fun to explore, and like I said, I even got lost once or twice, like just getting to grips with like what Pokemon are there, items to find, and so on. And if I'm honest, out of the 2 DLC areas promised, I felt Isle of Armor was the one that was going to let me down, but it didn't. It actually ended up delivering. The island itself is a great locale, and I'm happy to say that I really enjoyed my time here, and I can't wait for the CROWN Tundra now. It's not just, oh, it's coming out, maybe I'll pick it up. Well, I already had picked it up, I pre-purchased. Like, I'll wait maybe a day or so after it comes out. Now I want to get to it as soon as possible. Yes, you. You're not champion, but, hey, I'm not champion anymore either. Let's start a losers club. And, this talk about stuff, yeah, he's talking about the legendary monkey Pokemon Zarude. Yes, maybe it'll use Sandstorm, haha, who knows. But keep an eye on the Isle of Armor. I don't think, like, for those who have purchased it, it's all done and dusted so far. But we are, so yeah, I've been Antom64.
I've been the Flameclaw.
And I've been Richie.
And we'll be back later this year, with any luck, for the second DLC pack in the CROWN Tundra. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next time for another HFC playthrough. Bye-bye.